you do some synthesis?
We tried to. It was all chaos today.
Do you have more time?
We have 3 more weeks.
The same? Or
ideally, we should we would have gotten more results today, so we could build on it and do something different for next week. But it was just really confusing today. A lot of stuff happened, and we had to improvise on a synthesis that we were only given at the start of lab, so we couldn't prepare for it before.
was that because time is short or the instructions not clear?
Well, originally we had we were planning to do 3 procedures and test out variables in each one. It was 2 silver and 1 gold, and the problem was for the gold, that one, well, there was a number of problems with it, like the fact that it was used to detect organic stuff, and we didn't really have access to that in the lab, and there was a 3-hour aging period, which we couldn't really do, so
chemical you cannot get access to?
the organic stuff, stuff which it was supposed to sense. These nanoparticles were meant to sense organic stuff, and we couldn't get the organic stuff in the lab, so we couldn't really test the sensing
Who
ability.
should get this ready for your stuff?
Cherkess.
So the checkers didn't have that ready for your group?
Well, it's just we can't really have organic stuff in the lab. It's not meant for that. She told us to stick to inorganic.
So if you had that organic chemical, you could try something?
Well, we already got rid of that synthesis. We replaced it with a new gold one yesterday, and the problem was we got it because Dr. Cherkes wanted us, she discouraged us from doing it, but she recommended something, but the link was broken, so we didn't.
What is broken?
The link. She recommended another synthesis to us, but the link wasn't working.
What is the link?
The online link. She sent us a message.
Online link.
Yes, it just didn't work. So and the fact that she said I recommend replacing this one with this one, we didn't really know what she meant, if she needed us to do it or if it was purely based on preference. We searched around and we found a different one that didn't require heating, that didn't require aging, but it required CTAB and ascorbic acid. I think Dr. Cherkes didn't want us to use the first synthesis because she couldn't get CPAB, I don't think.
What is CPAP?
Cetyl trimethyl ammonium bromide.
Oh, it's organic compound? CPAP is a substance? Or?
Yeah, it's some kind of substance, but it's used in lots of gold nanoparticles, and Turkish couldn't get it. And we were pretty confused. Like we didn't know that was probably the reason why she was discouraging it. So when we got the new synthesis and we prepared for the new synthesis, we were thinking that like the problem was that it was taking like so long to age, so long to heat. So we picked one without aging or without heating, but it had CPAB. So we still couldn't do it, but we didn't know that. And we came in this morning, and she apologized about the link not working, and she gave us the link.
This time working?
Yeah, but like we were still planning on, doing our synthesis that we prepared for, and I guess like I was a bit rattled. I was a bit like I don't think my brain wasn't working today because I made a bunch of mistakes in the lab, and it just delayed everything and we couldn't get anything done. But like we had the only chloroauric acid solution we had was 1 millimolar, and the synthesis called for 25 millimolar. And I knew we had to scale stuff down, but I scaled down the molar, but I didn't scale down the volume, so everything became really dilute. And that took us like half our time just because I forgot to do that. So it's just mistakes from Cherkez, mistakes from me, stuff like that.
How about from your group members?
No, they were fine.
They were fine?
Yeah.
Is Howard in your group?
No.
How about their group?
No, I wasn't spying on them.
Anyway, Dr. Cherkez, her background is nanoparticle, but it's your inorganic. So your nanoparticle involve organic molecule synthesis?
The first one involved the sensing of organic molecules. I don't think the first one had. Well, I'm not sure. Does organic just mean has carbon in it?
Yeah.
Well,
but the CO2 is not CO is simple. Carbon, nitrogen, and
so you're saying that Dr. Cherkez wouldn't allow any or like would strongly discourage against organic molecules? Because I'm not sure.
What is the purpose for this final project? To produce any nanoparticle or some specific one have some property?
Well, we wanted to test their sensing abilities.
Sensing. Ooh. What kind of sensing?
Metal ion sensing.
Metal ion. So when you add something, you can give some signal.
Yeah, I can change color. Yes.
This is some challenge. Okay, so after you produce this nanoparticle, you want to take the spectrum so that it can have some different color when they have different size.
Yeah.
Did you mention with quantum dots?
We chose not to focus on that. Because our scope has to be pretty limited such that we can complete it in 3 hours per week.
So you said you have 3 more time to do the same thing, or
Well, I'm not sure where to go because, like, the whole deal was that she didn't have CTAB ready, or like 2 or 3 others, and I don't think that was like directly prohibited. It was just we were so late on like doing these adjustments that it was just impossible to get them ready. So
when you say see that compound, did she have to order it, or this available in another lab?
she would likely have to order it.
But she hasn't.
No.
Yeah, today I just have. Yesterday I request. Today the purchase department sent out the purchase. We are going to need it in 2 weeks
What?
for a final project. Also nanoparticle synthesis.
Wait, what did you order?
Oleic acid, OLEIC acid. It's a kind of fatty acid. And they want to produce iron oxide nanoparticle from goethite. In fact, before I order, I talked to Dr. Cherky. And she confirmed this is, in fact, the goethite we got from her lab, my TA, got from her lab, the strongest. So you can see Dr. Cherkis is very enthusiastic about nanoparticle synthesis. But in our experience, a lot of trial and fail error, and people make a lot of something look like powder, but when we do the experiment, we just make some nanoparticle just to be a sample. We can do some measurement, light scattering, the size measurement, or BET, the surface surface area measurement. So the whole process is, in fact, I was thinking, if we really need nanoparticle, we may buy it, right? But because we are chemistry department, we think we should be expert in making these nanoparticles, right? Instead of buying nanoparticles. But on the other thought, I think maybe in the future I need to buy some nanoparticles just for the sake of testing measurement. Anyway, Dr. Cherkis, that is her her way to think things, so you don't need to worry about it, because she knows what's going on, right? So it's not your fault to.
What do you mean she knows what's going on?
For example, the link issue, the CBAD or some that compound issue, another issue. So you just try your best with your ability or with the things you can control. Many things are out of your control.
I know. It's just that the things I were in control of, just I did mistakes on those.
Oh. Then we learn something. We learn, right?
Yeah, but
So next time we can avoid that, right?
I know, but did it really have to waste 3 hours? Why couldn't I just waste 1?
Oh. You know what? This is also some expense to learn this experience, right? That's okay.
Yeah.
I guess your other crew members didn't worry as much as you did, right?
No. There was one person that really worried. Yeah.
They were worried.
Yeah.
Maybe you really want to get good results. Maybe during the week you can talk about how to make up that 2 hours we lost, right?
That's too desperate.
Hmm?
That's too desperate.
That's right. Okay.
It's just-
But you still have time, right? So this is the final project,
Yes.
and you don't have other labs, other experiments. I think we still have some weeks, right?
Yeah.
Plenty time, right?
Yeah, but it's only 12 hours in total.
Oh, hold. But you can think, you can adjust your plan and make some. Catch up.
I'll have to talk to her and see what's the best plan moving forward.
Yeah.
Because should we continue with the synthesis we're doing, or should we
Follow
try and
her suggestion.
Well, that was the first. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like, should we do the synthesis that we did today, which was her recommendation, or should we try and still order the stuff we needed for our original synthesis?
Ask her. Many things we don't know exactly going on. So we just ask, she can give you some guide because she's the instructor. She control everything, including your grade. So just ask her at this moment, what can we do? Okay? So this is, I think she is also kind. Instructor also learn. We are not know all. Okay?
No, not blaming her.
Yeah, so just ask this situation, what shall we do? And maybe something. Hey, we need to do this here.
That's a good call.
Yeah, there was a lot less.
I guess I'm just like a bit frustrated.
Oh,
No, not just because it's failed, but like I don't know. Partly because of my not contribution, and like the fact that I spent hours yesterday night like doing the procedure for the new synthesis, and I built it upon some very faulty assumptions. Like, the main one was the fact that I thought that we could stir multiple beakers on the same hot plate,
oh,
which I discovered we couldn't do today. So that went down the drain. So yeah.
so you don't have enough hot plate?
Well, I thought we could put stir bars in 3 beakers and put them on the same hot plate and they would all stir together.
You have one stir, right? Control driver.
I didn't really think of it that way, but here we are, I guess.
But that is the purpose of a lab, right?
Yeah, but it feels like something that simple should have been learned like ages ago.
This is,
Like we worked with hot plates like for almost every lab since
Yeah.
fall, so surely.
yeah. Mm. When you don't stir, then 3 can go on there. So if you stir, all 3 need to be stirred, then that is when you need the 3 stirring. Right? Yeah, so that means your group member also need to contribute, right? Do they contribute in designing this procedure?
Not really.
Yeah, so
Or maybe that was my fault. you know?
encourage them to participate so that they know what to do. Otherwise, become too much burden on your shoulders.
I know, but last night I remember feeling really hopeful, I guess. Because, like, it looked like we were gonna get stuff done. Yeah, because I had this whole plan worked out. I had all the solutions ready, how to get each solution, what to mix, you know. I had like 20 syntheses, and that was based on the fact that I thought that, multiple beavers could be stirred on one hot plate, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah.